Hello everybody and welcome to the Dover International Raceway for the 2005 MBNA Benefits 400 in the 14th race of our 2005 NR2003 season. Greg Biffle starts on pole alongside the 38 of Elliott Sadler. As the green flag is out and we are underway here in Dover. Who is going to get the victory here today? Will we have a new winner or will we have a repeat winner? We'll find out as a couple of Fords head up the front row. Biffle clear for the lead already over Elliott Sadler, who's side by side with Rusty Wallace for second. There's Kyle Busch in his debut here at Dover, doing a really good job of the front top five. Great qualifying effort. Jimmy Johnson up there. But for now, Biffle driving away the race lead here at Dover as he leads the opening lap of racing. For Elliott Sadler. Second, of course, Roush Racing won here last season with Mark Martin, who dominated this race, led every single lap and won. Not sure if they'll recreate that today, but Greg Biffle's got a huge gap, and he's certainly going to try to. As Biffle driving away with a race lead here in Dover as we go through 3 and 4, come down the front straightaway. It is still going to be Greg Biffle out front with a comfortable gap back to Elliott Sadler in second, Rusty Wallace in third, Mark Martin fourth, and Kyle Busch currently rounds our top 5 here in Dover. Biffle trying to get his second win of the season. Of course, got it done in Texas, even though he's led a lot of laps. Multiple different races and caution. Caution is out on the race right here at Dover. Trouble down the backstretch. It's Ken Schrader who got hooked by the 92 of Stanton Barrett, and Barrett and Schrader go crashing to bring out our first caution of the day here in Dover down the backstretch. And the tough year for Kenny Schrader continues. He's had nowhere close to success ever since he won those couple of races in 2001. As you're green and back underway here in Dover on lap 8 is Elliott Sadler on the outside lane, now prevailing over Biffle, who gets put 3 wide. Here comes Rusty Wallace, 3 wide for the lead at Dover, and Rusty Wallace makes it work. What a pass to the inside, and Rusty takes the lead away as Sadler tries to cross over Biffle for second down the back straight. They're 3 wide back for fourth with Kenseth. Kyle Busch is in the middle. He's losing multiple spots here down this road. Straight trouble is Travis Quaffle. Head on to the inside wall. A huge hit for your Daytona 500 winner. Mayfield also involved in the field. Scatters and somehow avoids hitting him. See, Mayfield just hooks Quaffle. Head on hit to the inside wall. Mayfield turns Quaffle back up into traffic. Somehow Quaffle avoids getting hit again. But a big hit there for your Daytona 500 champion. And of course, he was top 5 in the Coke 600 last episode, who's been great in the Crown Jewels. Everywhere else, not so much. As Elliott Sadler leads at the caution, and once again will remain the 38 and the 16. Biffle Sadler in the front row. Biffle already clear into turn 1 with a great restart right there. Clear of Elliott Sadler. Kenseth and Gordon fight for third. Kenseth's had a rough year trying to turn that around here. Jeff Gordon almost got wrecked by Rusty Wallace right there. What a save. That could have been bad if he got taken down in front of the whole pack. But Biffle holding the lead, but here comes Sadler to the inside, and the caution is out again, and it's a huge pile up. In turn 3, Harvick gets spun into Joe Nemechek, up the track into Jeff Green, Scott Wimmer, Marlon Edwards. A lot of cars pile into this. Jeff Green, Bobby Hamilton, Kurt Busch, Sterling Marlin, Travis Quaffle, Schrader, Nemechek. Carl Edwards has heavy damage, so a huge crash there. Brings out the yellow once again. Here has been a wreck-filled first stage of racing here on lap 19 as Jeff Gordon makes a pass for a second on Greg Biffle. Caution is out again. And we continue to have a streak of caution. This time, big damage to Hermie Sadler and Travis Quaffle as Hermie Sadler got dumped by Jamie McMurray. Quaffle runs right into him, a hard hit. And then Wimmer clips Quaffle. He goes spinning. But Travis Quaffle and Hermie Sadler done for the day. So you have Quaffle involved in 3 different incidents right off the bat, and he is out of this race. Now on lap 25 is Greg Biffle leading over Elliott Sadler. And what a surprise, the yellow flag is being waved again. A caution out in turn 3, Calamity Corner. Kurt Busch gets turned by Mike Wallace into Kevin LePage. Dale Jarrett also involved. 4-car incident brings out the caution. Back at the front remains Greg Biffle and Elliott Sadler dominating. Now here we are, up 48, 3 to go in stage 1 here. Elliott Sadler leading, but Mark Martin on the outside. Biffle lurking there in third, trying to take the lead away. Look out, lap traffic, 3 wide for Sadler, LePage, and Jeff Green is the caution is out, which is going to end this stage prematurely here as they come to the line. We got to figure out what happened. Looks like there's heavy damage on the 15 of Michael Waltrip's. Jimmy Johnson got his teammate Jeff Gordon. They both got on the wall, and Johnson spun off a Kenseth right in front of Michael Waltrip, who had nowhere to go. Destroys the hood of the 15, who is running top 10, but now no bumper on Jimmy or Matt Kenseth's cars. Both of those guys absolutely destroyed from that incident, but they'll be able to continue as Elliott Sadler goes through turn 4 for the final time here in an abbreviated stage 1. Sadler will get his first stage win of the season here at Dover. Biffle second, Mark Martin third, Rusty Wallace fourth. Fifth place will go to the 5 of Kyle Busch. Tony Stewart in 6th, Jeff Gordon 7th, Casey Kane 8th, Jimmy Johnson with a damaged car 9th, and Scott Riggs gets the final stage points. So Elliott Sadler, stage 1 winner here in Dover, and continuing to lead on lap 53 onto lap 54 over the Roush duo of Martin and Biffle. Kyle Busch waiting in the wings back there, and for smoke up head trouble is Kevin Harvick around in front of the pack. Big trouble. Standing Bear also around, hit by Newman looks like, and oh, here comes Scott Wimmer. Massive ARCA brakes. T-bone. Stanton Barrett flips him upside down. As either Harvick got dumped by Jason Leffler, Barrett got spun around, hit by Newman, and then Scott Wimmer just absolutely ARCA breaks him with a full speed T-bone into the driver's side door. A vicious hit to the 92 Stanton Barrett. He, Wimmer, and Harvick are done for the day, and Harvick has had a rough stretch of races here lately and is falling further and further to that cut line on the playoff grids. On this restart, Mark Martin will now be Elliott Sadler, and Martin will lead the way here on lap 59. Of course, you see the long list of DNFs now. Of course, Harvick out from the last incident, as is Stanton Barrett and Scott Wimmer. Just 34 cars left in this race. Mark Martin driving away with it. Sadler and Biffle trying to fight for seconds here. Everyone else battling for position behind them. But how about more trouble? There's Dave Blaney. Dave Blaney goes spinning down the backstretch into turn 3. He got turned by Carl Long, and the caution comes out once more here in Dover. As we get back underway on lap 108 now, continuing to work our way, about 15 to go in stage 2. Elliott Sadler now clear for the race lead after a great restart from the outside lane ahead of Mark Martin in 2nd. Kyle Busch trying to take 3rd away from Rusty Wallace. Jeff Gordon waiting in the wings in 5th. As the top 4 now settle out single file. Sadler with the race lead, trying to go for the stage sweep today. Of course, remember last season, Elliott Sadler won 4 times. We thought he was going to be in the mix for the title. Ended up being knocked out in the 2nd round of the playoffs. Here comes Elliott Sadler out of turn 4, and Sadler will win stage 2 and sweep the stages here at Dover. Mark Martin, Kyle Busch, Rusty Wallace, and Jimmy Johnson the top 5. Then Jeff Burton, Jeff Gordon, Brian Vickers, Greg Biffle, and Casey Kane in the top 10. So Elliott Sadler wins stage 1 and 2, gets the broom for the stage sweep here at Dover. As now on lap 127 to 128, Mark Martin leads the way as once again another caution flag has come out, and yet again it's Dave Blaney. It actually was Ken Schrader who got dumped by Casey Mears, and nowhere for Dave Blaney to go, right into the door of Kenny Schrader. Both of those cars destroyed from a multitude of incidents out of this. Also, as we move on to restart here with just 26 to go, Bobby Hamilton Jr. is now out of this race in the 32, as is the 41 of Casey Mears. They'll end up being 33rd and 34th, as Brian Vickers, trying to go back-to-back race wins, leads over Elliott Sadler down the back straightaway here. Could this be the start of something huge for Vickers? And also out of the race are 3 of your main contenders for the win today: Kyle Busch, Greg Biffle, and Rusty Wallace. The 2, the 5, and the 16 all crashed out in a massive incident that we missed, and they're really, really strong runs all day long. Will come to an unfortunate end here in Dover with just 25 laps to go, as now it's Brian Vickers trying to hold off Elliott Sadler in 2nd, Jimmy Johnson lurking in 3rd, trying to take the lead away, and then Kenseth there in 4th. As Vickers leads the way with 24 to go, and now there's going to be a restart between Elliott Sadler and Jimmy Johnson with just 10 laps to go. Dover, we're back underway, 10 to go here in Dover. Jimmy Johnson with a great restart on the outside lane in the 48 takes the lead away with no bumper on that race car. Jimmy Johnson is leading at Dover, trying to get a second win of the season, but here comes Elliott Sadler. Huge run on the inside lane. The 38 has been the class of the field all day long. Swept the stage, led the most laps, is trying to bring home with a victory and lock in a playoff position for the 2nd consecutive season. Sadler clear for the lead with just 9 laps to go here in Dover, ahead of Jimmy Johnson and Matt Kenseth. Now here we are, white flag in the air, final lap presented by Credit One Bank. The 30 of Elliott Sadler's got a 2.5 second lead back to Brian Vickers. It looks like Sadler's going to get his first win of this 2005 season and become our 11th different winner already through just 14 races, and he will lock in a playoff spot through turn 4. Elliott Sadler dominates and wins at Dover. His 5th career win. He's into the playoffs. Vickers 2nd, Johnson 3rd, Kenseth 4th, Kane was on the top 5. Then Jeff Gordon, Jeff Burton, Tony Stewart. Tony's last brother. And Gordon and Burton 6th and 7th. Kurt Busch come through, take 8th, just beating his teammate Mark Martin 9th. And Tony Stewart comes home 1 lap down in 10th place. So there you go. Elliott Sadler gets the win, his 5th of his career, 1st of this season. He gets it done here in Dover. Max points. Dave Vickers, back-to-back top 2 finishes with the win in the 600. Now a 2nd at Dover for him. Back-to-back top 5s for Jimmy Johnson, your points leader, continuing to be so consistent. There are your final race results. On the left side of your screen, only 29 cars finishing the race. We'll see your updated playoff grid momentarily. Now here's your updated playoff grid. Of course, our 11th different winner this season becoming Elliott Sadler as he clinches his spot in the playoffs for the 2nd year in a row. And so he is in with a win on the guys. So 5 guys left who are in on points. You got Jeremy Mayfield, Mark Martin, and Casey Kane looking pretty solid. All more than 20 above the cut line at the moment. Jeff Burton now in by 8 points. And then Kevin Harvick has now fallen all the way down to the playoff bubble. Just 3 points above the hard-charging Jeff Gordon, who's right there below the cut line. Bobby Labonte also out by 3. A couple of champions right there. Then Dave Blaney, Mike Bliss, and Jamie McMurray on the outside looking in, trying to find their way into the playoffs. But 14 races, 11 different winners, spots starting to be filled up on this playoff grid. Now, before we end the episode, as always, I want to give a shout out to my channel members so far. Just my boy, Jeremy Isley. I appreciate you, Jeremy. Thank you so much for being a member. I appreciate it. And of course, if any of you want to become a member, the link is in the description down below. Just click the link right there and you'll get exclusive perks when you become a member with us. So until the next episode, I hope you all have a good one.